Okay, what's going on, guys, and welcome to a brand new episode of Energized. Today we have a very special guest on the show.
Mr. Jono Carroll. Jono, how are you doing? Strong beard game.
Yeah, because I haven't shaved it since the fight, so I've just been lazy, that's all it is.
Jono, I'm not going to lie, Ross knew you were coming on the show, so he's like, I'm growing the beard.
What's the Jono? Is that all right?
It's not bad, mate. It's coming on strong like you pick there. I like it.
Yeah, thanks. It has to be done, you know. Rep that King Kong, you know. King Kong life.
Yeah, love it. Good man yourself.
Jono, I just have to ask, Jono, how are things? You're living over in Marbella right now. How are things getting on over in Spain?
Yeah, it's mad, man, with this lockdown and all. I literally haven't left the house. The missus went out once or twice, just to get bread and milk and the usual. And the place is just mad, man. It's just on lockdown. We went for a jog today. I have a big huge field beside me, so I was already went with the dog. But people are getting fined for walking the dogs and all. Like, a few people messaged me and was like, "Mate, you want to be careful out jogging. Like, there's people getting fined serious money, like £2,000 and all for being out. You know what I mean? Yeah, crazy. There's big checkpoints and stuff, and if you're not allowed to travel with more than 2 people in the car, all these things. Like, it's mad it is, yeah. Crazy.
No way.
I actually saw a lot of the coronavirus in Spain actually came from that Atalanta versus Valencia Champions League game. Did you see that?
Yeah. No, I didn't say that, no.
So I think the Atalanta fans came over to Valencia and then they brought the coronavirus with them. And then obviously when you fill a stadium full of people and half of them have the coronavirus, like it spreads like there's no tomorrow.
100%, yeah. Yeah, it's bad this, but listen, it is what it is. I'm thinking about investing in coffins. Gotta make the money somewhere or another.
Oh jeez, no better man to put something in one as well. Jesus Christ. King Kong coffins. I love it.
Fuck me, mate. That's the name. I swear to God. Don't be surprised you don't see that. The next 6 weeks, I'll probably have something called King Kong coffins.
Oh, stop.
Not even messing. We're all joking and laughing about it now, but I'm deadly serious.
Yeah, it's almost out of fear, like. But Jono, come here. How long have you been living in Spain?
How long have I lived in Spain? About 3 years now, Pat.
Yeah.
No, 3.5 years, because the baby's 3 and the missus was pregnant when we moved over here. So, well, I'm enjoying it over here. I love it.
How's your Spanish?
It's brutal, mate. It is. It's fucking crap. Because everyone here speaks English, you know what I mean? So it's like, you don't necessarily need to speak Spanish. Like, it's a melt of just the Irish and English over here. Everyone's on holidays as well, so you bump into loads of people, and it's just like, it is what it is. You know what I mean? But I feel a bit ignorant sometimes when I go out and I can't speak the language. Like, don't get me wrong, I can understand a lot and stuff like that, but speaking is a different confidence, you know what I mean, to be able to speak it.
Jono, what attracted you to Spain?
The weather, mate. The weather. It's fucking great, it is. Because I lived in Australia for 2 years, so I had amazing weather over there, you know what I mean? And then to go back to Ireland for like a year, I was like, what did I do? That was a big mistake coming home.
It's probably hard. It's probably harder to understand the Australians than it is the Spanish, is it?
No, to be honest, because like, the Australians, like, the Spanish kind of a lot of them speak English and they kind of get the Irish and English banter, whereas the Australians, you'd be like, mate, fuck off, will you? And you'd be like, oh, jeez, I was only joking with you, you know, like all this sort. You're like, oh, he's only messing. Like, they just don't get that Irish and English kind of banter, you know what I mean? Whereas everyone over here does, so it's not too bad. It's much better, I have to say.
Yeah. What age did you actually start out boxing as well, John?
I only started boxing when I was 15, so it's quite late actually. Quite late coming to the game. I was 15, but I won North Ireland's in like my second year of boxing. My second year of boxing, I had 22 fights and no losses because I was training like twice a day. I really just want to get this fella back so basically I had 2 fights in my first year of boxing, and in the Leinster final, this fella beat me. I just had a bad day, you know what I mean? I was like, I could have bet him. Like, it was just, I showed up late to the venue. I had no bleeding boxing boots. I had to get in with runners and all, you know. Stupid things went wrong. Like, and yeah, so all year I was like getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning before school, jogging. Then I was training after school, and I was thinking, I'm gonna smash that fella's head in next time we see him. Like, so yeah, I met him in the Leinsters then the next year after, and I stopped them on the 15-point rail. They absolutely destroyed him with it. So from there on, I think it was just like because I got beaten, I just didn't like that taste of defeat. You know what I mean? I was like, that's not happening to me again. So I just kind of took it serious then, and it was all or nothing then for me. You know?
Yeah. Did you play any other sports as well?
Yeah, I played loads. I played hurling. I played Gaelic. I played football, like soccer, and played everything. I loved all sports. You know, I don't watch much sports, but I love playing sports. I'm quite talented. I kind of picked up. You know what I mean? I was interested in doing. I was all right at doing it as long as it was sports. You know.
Yeah.
Put me in the classroom and forget it.
Do you think playing many sports actually helps you in boxing? Because some people say playing multiple sports is actually a good thing rather than just being solely focused on one.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, most definitely. But at the same time, I think once you decide to be a boxer, then you need to put all your eggs in one basket and just focus on the one sport. You get me? Because you can't have time to be doing other things or picking up injuries in other sports. You pick up enough from the boxing. You know what I mean? As it is. So I think it's one of them. I was playing soccer at the time when I started boxing, and my dad just turned to me and said, "Listen, it's one or the other, son. You know what I mean? Boxing is not a sport that you want to become a number 2 in because you get hurt. So it's either you choose this or you choose soccer. What do you want to do?"
Yeah.
So
it's not very often that you're number 2. Right now. Your record is 18-1-1.
Yeah.
It's pretty good going, man.
Yeah, it's all right. You know what I mean? It's like I started off kind of just doing it because I loved it, doing it because I enjoyed doing it. Like I didn't really do it or turn pro because I thought I was going to make loads of money, or I was just doing it because I enjoy fighting. And I was always like, it keeps me out of trouble when I'm boxing. You know, it keeps me kind of occupied, keeps me off the bleeding drink and partying and all that stupid stuff. You know what I mean? So it was just good guidance in my life, and I mean in my teenage years, it was great guidance. And then I broke my wrist, so I just went off the rails a little bit. I was like, I need to cut myself on here. So that's why I just booked a flight and got straight on a flight to Australia. And then it hit it, and I was just bored over there. Literally, I just kind of was bored and just went back to the gym, you know what I mean, just for the sake of it. And there was one of the lads in there training, and I sparred him. He was training for his like second or third professional fight, I'm not sure. And I was at the out of the ring for like a year and a half, 2 years nearly. And then I just sparred him. I battered him, you know what I mean? No offense. I just battered him, like, and I was like, shit, this fella's training for a professional fight. What the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? I was shocked because I had been out of the ring for a long time. Yeah, so if I had got in with an Irish amateur, he would have battered me because he would have been much fitter, would have been just flying, you know what I mean? Like,
do you think with boxing you don't lose it? Like, don't you say Tyson Fury was out for a while, then he came back and he was just back to the races. Do you think not fighting for a year, you didn't really lose a step, or maybe just a bit of sharpness that you could polish up on?
See, Tyson Fury is a very different case. Tyson Fury, he's been boxing his whole life as a kid, and then for him to be out of ring, like, it's not like, it's just like riding a bike, getting back on the bike, it's grand for him. Whereas I only started when I was 15 and then stopped when I was 18 till 19, 20, and then started when I was in Australia at like 20, I started boxing again. So I was only really boxing for like 3 years, if you get me. Yeah. So it's a bit different. Like, don't get me wrong, I won 2 All-Irelands in space of 3 years. So I done actually really, really well. I had like 69 fights. I was fighting every bleeding weekend. But yeah, like, it's one of them things. It's either you have or you don't. You know what I mean? It's like, there's loads of times people say to me, "Oh, I just think I could be a professional boxer." I'm like, if you want it hard enough, yeah, of course. And then I'm like, send me a little video there of yourself boxing or something. And they send you a video and you're like, listen, mate, you have no coordination. Like, I'm not being bad, like, but Jesus, you just haven't got it. Like, it's one of them things. My dad's an amateur boxing club, and there's like, you see a lot of kids come in, and some kid on his first day could be better than some kid that's in there playing 6-7 months. You know what I mean? So some kids just have rhythm, some kids don't. You know what I mean? And it's, boxing's all about rhythm. It's all about timing, and you need to have a foot hook, so you need a bit of something.
Yeah, and
you know
Jono, you really showed a much improved game, and I mean that in the nicest way possible. In your last fight, you dismantled Scott Quick, and that's no mean feat. He's one of the best British boxers in a very, very long time. I think he was 32-1 going into that fight. You beat him from pillar to post. I think any time from this round onwards, that fight could have been stopped. And then you got him out there in the 11th. From watching some of your previous fights against Farmer and Garrity, I thought you actually sat down on your punches a bit more this time. Was that more in the game plan, or tell us a bit about it?
Yeah, for sure. Well, the thing is, for like the Garrity fight and the Farmer fight, I was the one chasing the fight. I was the one coming forward. So you're always kind of leading with their rhythm, their bleeding, timing and all that, and you're trying to like get them out of rhythm or get them out of timing. So I'm always on the front foot. So you're not able to sit on that back foot too much. You know, your kind of power comes from your back foot. You know, so and the thing is, both of them were counter punchers, so we couldn't sit back on the back foot and wait for them and counter punch them. So it was very much me going forward and going towards their rhythm and trying to break their rhythm. You get me? So Scott Quick, I knew he was going to come to fight, so I knew if I set the pace and I'm the one planting my feet, feinting him, and then sit down with the shots and make. Because the thing is as well, I knew I couldn't just hit him with fast shots and move, because if I wasn't hurting him, he just walked through your punches, because he's a professional, seasoned pro. You know, he knows how to cut the ring, he knows how to blade and just kind of take your punch and push you forward. You know what I mean? So I knew I needed to have a bit of power in that fight. So we've done a lot on strength and conditioning, and I sat on my shots a lot. Like sometimes obviously I was punching and then I was moving straight away, but I then every now and again I just sat down and boom, I hit him with a nice hard shot to let him know you can't just step in anytime you want, you know, that way. So yeah, it was definitely a much better performance for me, but I think it's only a little glimpse of what I'm actually capable of doing.
Yeah, you're also well known for like your stamina as well. You can just keep going for ages, man.
Yeah,
Where'd you get that from?
A workhorse.
Yeah, but you obviously don't drink that much, do you?
I have a drink there right now as I'm speaking. So, you know, I drink a little bit, like, you know.
Yeah.
I do and I don't. Now that I'm on lockdown, I've nothing else to do. Like, I was out jogging today, just for an example. Most people, when they just had a fight and a time off, like, everyone's in quarantine. So, like, I'm still training, I'm still jogging, I still keep fit because I love the sport. My head would probably go wrecked and melt if I wasn't training. So, I'm always training, but at the same time, you know what? I think it's a funny story. When I was in the amateurs, I was on mad stone, I wasn't. So I was always trying to win, and I was always bollocksed. I was always bollocked. Like I was always good for like a round, 2 rounds, and then I was exhausted in the 3rd round. Oh, yeah? And I always just pushed through. Like I said, I won 2 All-Irelands in me 3 years of boxing. So I half put it down to that. I half put it down to like I don't mind pushing through the pain barriers because I've been doing them since I was a teenager. You know what I mean? Like when I'm tired, I'm like I can override that. Don't worry about that. Your body like just takes instructions off the brain, you know what I mean? So
yeah,
I'm very mentally strong.
Yeah,
and
very mentally strong. So I just don't care what my body wants to do. I tell what to do. It just does it. Sometimes I look back in the fights and thinking, Jesus Christ, how are you still going? I know it's fucking like round 5, but round 11, I'm still going hard. It's mad. It's a crazy thing.
Yeah, man.
In fairness, the cardio gas tank looked very good in the last fight, and there was no let up whatsoever. And like I said, from pillar to post, you were all over him. You were like a rash. You actually made him look so amateurish, which is a very, very impressive thing to do. And I think in the super featherweight sort of division, Valdez is a bit of a hot name at the moment. Oscar Valdez, and he went the full 12 against Quick. You got him out of there, so I mean you're definitely putting your name up there for another world championship bout very soon. Is that what you have next in line, or would you rather fight maybe Carl Frampton or something in a big fight in the UK and Ireland, or what have you got in store next?
Both of them fights sound great to me. You know what I mean? They're money makers, so I'm more than happy to accept both of them and buy myself a new gaff. Oh yeah, it's just one of them things. I'm always ready. So whatever comes up, if the lads are willing to accept the fights, for sure. Like if Carl Frampton wins your man Haring, most definitely I'll be happy to step in the ring with him because he'd be a world champion. And then Oscar Valdez, what a fight that would be. You know what I mean? He's a big name. He can bang, but at the same time, I think it would be a lot harder fight, but I reckon I could do it to Oscar Valdez. Scott Quick.
Yeah.
Similar styles. You know what I mean? They come to fight, and then I can box him. I can outbox him. for sure. Now he can box as well. He can box and bang, and he's good hand speed, you know. But I think I could outbox him. It'd be definitely a harder fight than Quick, but it'd be definitely a fight I can win for sure.
I see.
He gasses late as well in fights.
One thing I look at, because I want to ask about Mikey Conlon, what you think of him? Because I see you follow him, he follows you on Instagram. So I'm wondering, have you sparred each other before, or are you friendly, or what's the story there?
Yeah, good friends with Mick. Good friends with his whole family. I know his dad, John. I know his brother. You know, sparred his brothers, everything. Like it's just I know the family for years since he was on the Irish amateur team. That always looked at Mick and respected Mick. You know, and then I went out to. One sec, John, where did I go to spar Mick that time? I forget what it was called. Monaco. Went over to Monaco then to spar Mick for a few weeks. Like I think I was there for 2 weeks, and like I stayed in the same room as him and all, you know. So like I was there helping him out for one of his fights. Mick was over with me for that last camp. Well, he wasn't over sparring me or anything, but he was in Spain. We were both training together at the same times, the whole lot. So yeah, I know Mick very well. I think he's going to be a massive name for the future. Great fighter.
So we won't see you across from him then.
What?
We won't see you across the ring from him anytime then.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think he's a featherweight as well for the world. And by the time he goes up to super featherweight, I'll be going up to lightweight, I'd say, because I'm starting to fill out a lot now. You know what I mean? I'm starting to like bulk, and I'm doing a lot of strength and conditioning. So, I don't know. I reckon I'll be going up to lightweight once I get a world title at super feather.
There's another person who you seem to be good friends with now is Katie Taylor as well. We saw that you previously fought in the same card as her in Philadelphia. Like a lot of she's probably Ireland's most loved athlete. Yeah,
for sure.
Well, what's your relationship like with Katie, and like what's she like as a person for people that don't know? Because she's very close guarded.
Yeah, she isn't. To be honest, she isn't when you know her. She's one of them people. She keeps herself to herself. You know what I mean? But once you know her, she opens up. Her whole family is lovely. I know her whole family as well. Like the Irish amateur scene is very close knitted. You know. Mm-hmm. So I used to spar Katie back in the high performance days. Them 2 years.
Did you?
I won the All Irelands. Yeah, she used to fucking bash me. It was good. But I always say that, but she didn't really bash me. Like, it was always like, you know. But she's great. Yeah, like you still have to watch the body shots and make sure that you're tucking their elbows in, because she did hurt the body. I remember one time she did win me and all, you know what I mean? But I'm not messing. I used to just try to take Katie Taylor's head off. Like, I had no problem hitting a girl, man, because she batted if you didn't, you know what I mean? Like the lads, like the trainers in the high performance used to be like, push her back, get her against rough her up, you know what I mean? Because the thing is, I was 16. She would have been 18 or 19. She was a little bit older than me.
Oh, okay.
So she was sparring the juniors and the youths, whereas we didn't have that man strength. So that's why she was in the same weight as me. She was 60 kilo, and I was champion at 60 kilo as the amateur. And so that's why we used to spar all the time. But yeah, no, I know Katie very, very well. And I was delighted to have her on the undercard, which was amazing, you know, because the fact that she's like one of Ireland's most bleeding decorated amateurs. I remember sitting there getting the bus home from the bleeding high performance, and her face on the bleeding, what's it called, the bus shelter. And I was thinking, I'm inspiring her. Now here I am sitting getting lashed on in the rain, getting a bleeding bus home. You know what I mean? Like, and there she is driving a bleeding sponsored car home, and now here I am topping the bill in America. You know what I mean? She's on the car. That was a bit of a surreal moment, to be honest. That was crazy. You
got a brilliant photograph with her beside is it Sylvester Stallone, the statue out in Philadelphia? You and her holding the Irish flag. That's I said it'll be like, I say you look back in that in like 50 years and be like, whoa, what a moment.
Yeah, for sure, it was mad. But it was great. You know what was even better? Me and her raced up the Rocky steps, and I smoked that I did. Yeah, I got that on video as well. So because Brian Peters was like, bet you can't beat her. And she was in a pair of runners with one. I was like, mate, I was in a tuxedo. I was like, mate, I'm in a bleeding tuxedo. Really, you want me to race her up Rocky steps? I was like, and he was like, I'll bet you. I think it was 500 quid or something. I was like, what? I was like, all right, that's okay. Come on, well, 500 quid there on the way. So I was like, ready, steady, bomb, and we both legged it up, and I smoked him. But Let me know. Brian Peters never get me money. Motherfucker, you owe me that money.
Jono, tell us this. Is there anything you haven't beaten Taylor at?
Haven't batted to a world title.
Oh, yeah. Fair.
Humble as always, Jono.
It's brilliant, brilliant.
Yeah. She's a tough one up on a radar now. Serrano, how did you see that one going?
That's a fight, boy. I still think Katie beats her, though, to be honest. I think Katie beats everybody. She's just bleeding deadly, you know what I mean? She's for the female. What surprised me is that she can crack. She can bang for the female. You know, I've sparred many women in my day. At 4 sisters, I got brought up sparring girls. They used to bash me too. But so I had no problems sparring girls. Like I used to spar Kelly Harrington, which is she won a world in the world.
Yeah, she's brilliant.
Yeah, she's brilliant. Big name, come true. Yeah.
I was only talking to Kelly actually like 2 or 3 days ago. You know, still keep in touch with her. She was the first girl I ever sparred. Actually, she was the first person I ever sparred. At like 15, she played and bust me nose and all. She really did batter me. Like Katie was lying about, but Kelly actually did batter me. She bust me nose, and I was like, right, I want revenge on her. I'm coming back to smash her head in.
That sounds like the worst thing you can ever do is beat Jono Carroll in anything. So does that mean that you're going to chase that farmer fight back and come back for him?
Oh, most definitely, mate. You cannot beat me. Like a man that doesn't quit, you cannot beat a man that doesn't quit. You know what I mean? It's like if that farmer fight had went on 30 rounds, there's only one man that was quitting there. You know what I mean? It's just unfortunate for me that fucking there's rules and regulations. But I'm just one of them, but I just don't stop.
He went and lost his next fight, didn't he? And he was on like a Jake Paul card.
Yeah, he didn't lose his next fight. He lost the one after that. So he lost his last fight.
Yeah. What you make it this YouTube boxing going on as well? What's your thoughts now?
Listen, I'm not against it. I'm not with it. I'm not against it. Like every man to their own. You know what I mean? If they're there to make money, let them make money. But at the same time, I don't see why a world title blading holder should be pushed down the card for
the
YouTube blading get up where. And then boxers are like, it doesn't matter if you haven't got a big pro fight and this, that, and that. Well, clearly it does because YouTubers are now getting on before you. You know what I mean? So higher up on the card. But for me, like I don't see the Jake Paul and the blading, the other one that the whole night was built around them. I've no issue with that. Like I'd fight on their undercard. No worries. Like, that's no problem whatsoever. Because the thing is, it's actually better as well for boxers because it brings a lot of light to the boxing that maybe like the kids and people who aren't followers of boxing. It kind of puts a bit more light on the boxing, and it's going to help the sport. Shit, I'm game for. You know what I mean? I'm happy about.
It's good. It's good for boxers who have something about them, like yourself. Like I mean, once you see that beard, you don't forget it. You know what I mean? Ross has it now, like and the Irish thing, and the Irish thing as well, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. And the thing is as well, like I can have a bit of banter and I can slag people and have a laugh. And I don't really take myself too serious when I'm in the boxing ring or even in the press conference or any of that sort of stuff. I just have a laugh and enjoy my whole experience. Enjoy the journey, not just the destination. You know what I mean? Because it's coming sooner or later. I'm going to be a world champion, so I'm just trying to enjoy the whole steps that I'm taking right now. It's paying off. People are loving it. People are enjoying the entertainment. So
yeah, man.
My dad used to say, like, if you're a professional boxer, like you don't even need to be the best boxer in the world. You just need to put bums on seats, and it's true.
That's it.
True, like, you know what I mean?
In fairness, Jono, I think that's one thing about you. You have something about you that people actually really, really want to see. And I remember after watching the Declan Garrity fight, I was like, right, I'm never missing another Jono Carroll fight. I was like, that fella, he's just entertaining from pillar to post, from press conferences to weigh-ins to the actual fight itself. You're like, he's just good crack, you know what I mean? And I was like, and the big beard's also like makes you unforgettable as well. And then it's like, King Kong as well. It's like, he's like check. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. Listen,
you even have your own gift.
Yeah, I have my own gift. I have a few of them now, mate. You want to fucking get up to the times where you have like 4 of them now or something, fucking the life. But man, I swear to God, it didn't seem like that long ago I got the blue tick. And I was fucking jumping around the center around that Lloyd with myself, like, I'm official, I've made it. Lloyd with myself with the fucking blue tick, and then all of a sudden I got one of them. I was like, oh shit, let's get serious now.
Certified G.
Yeah, yeah. Fucking right, mate. Love it.
Jono,
But
I
no,
I know obviously with the situation that's going on at hand, but like when do you sort of plan on getting another fight in for the end of the year?
I don't know. I'm kind of thinking like August. Hopefully, all this stuff is blown over and
Yeah.
I can get
I
back
do
out.
have
Like,
a feeling that will happen. I say August. I say next 12 weeks, 2 months. This should be
yeah,
over and done with.
In fairness, I do think one thing with the coronavirus is that by the time the coronavirus is over, say July, August, like the cards and the sports events are going to be absolutely banging from then on out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're going to have some like outrageous cards going on.
yeah, for sure. I reckon so as well. But do you know what? The only bad thing that I see with the whole thing is so many people have fights lined up that they're gonna have a backlog of fighters to kind of get on shows because I have three or four close friends. One of them weighed in on the next bleeding day, the day of his fight. They shut the whole show down. I'd say he was snapping. Having to weigh in is that one of the hardest parts of boxing.
Yeah.
So I'd say he was bleeding, going mad. But a lot of them people, like, they need money because boxing is one of them. Like, I'm in a very fortunate position that I get paid decent money, but like a lot of these boxers are in the category getting like 5-6 grand a fight and all, and they're bleeding. They're working their ass off just to get a bit of field for the next bleeding couple of weeks. So then this coronavirus, they're messing a lot of things up. You know what I mean? So
But I think they need to bring back Friday night fight night because like, not a lot of sport actually happens Friday night. So I think if they actually did like fight night on Friday, like that would be brilliant. Then you could have Friday and Saturday, 2 fights in a row.
yeah, I agree. That's a good show. They started doing that. When did they do that? They done 1 or 2 shows Friday fight night as well. Not that it was only recent enough, and it got massive hits. I think it might have been a MTK Global card or something like that. You know, I'm not sure exactly, but yeah, it's a good show, and they're gonna have to do all that. They're gonna have to start putting on loads of shows one after another.
Yeah,
Just to get people back out.
we'll be buzzing. And do you have anyone in mind who you want, or I know a few names earlier, but is there anyone who you're like, that's who I want?
To be honest, what you said earlier, I'd love Carl Frampton and I'd love Oscar Valdez, but I'd love Jojo Diaz now, who Farmer lost it in his last fight. He's a good fighter, and he got that blueprint to beat Farmer off me, and he fucking admitted it as well. I texted him on Instagram like 2 days after or something. I was like, "Don't lie, mate. I set the blueprint to beat him, and you know it." Laughy faces, and he takes me back there in fairness to him. Like the next day or something, he takes me back and he was like a lot of laugh face and he just goes, ha ha ha. Yeah, mate, actually I did. He was like, I watched yours and Farmers fight the morning I was on a fight. I knew that was what I needed to do, start to the body, end to the head. But I said to him was like, yeah, you just didn't lose your composure. I lost my composure and got too excited too early, you know what I mean? Whereas he just stayed cool, calm, even though he got the cut as well. So
yeah, the cut was massive.
Just experience. Yeah, that's just experience. You know what I mean? Why he won that fight. Because my game plan wasn't wrong. My game plan was fucking spot on, and it was just experience let me down in that fight.
Would you want that fight to be in America, or whereabouts would you like to have it?
Mate, I had that fight in his backyard. I couldn't care less. It's all the one for me. I only ever fought once in Dublin, so it's like I never fight at home, you know. So I don't mind fighting anywhere in the world. It doesn't bother me really, to be honest.
John, I was actually going to ask that, is there any chance we could get you in 3 minutes?
Mate, I'd love that. You know what I mean? Everyone knows I'd love that. I've been kind of calling for it for a little bit now. If I had won that world title, man, it would have definitely been a great come home fight or something like that in the street arena. It would have been amazing. Me and Katie would for sure sell that arena out.
Yeah, like 100%.
That arena that I fought in, the Manchester arena, is like 32,000 or something like that. It's a bleeding big arena, you know what I mean? And it was packed to the rafters that night we were fighting in it. So I'd love to go to the Tree Arena, of course I would. But,
would you ever do an outdoor venue? Because I think if it was you and Katie, you'd almost do the Aviva.
Yeah.
Yeah, get Mikey Conlon on it as well.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. If you got Mick Conlon on that,
Paddy Barnes out of retirement.
Yeah. The little leprechaun's never coming out of retirement. He's loving his time off. He is. But no, like if you got the likes of me, even probably Spike.
You versus Frampton would be a taste one there.
Me versus Frampton, that's set out the arena by itself. You know what I mean?
Give us that. Right,
I'm hoping for that, mate. Fingers crossed he wins this next world title. Because the thing is, we have the same management team, so it's very easy for it to be made if he doesn't retire. So please God he does. But listen, I have the utmost respect for Carl. everyone knows that. Really, really like Carroll. He's been one of Ireland's top blading class boxers, you know. So a number of respect for him. So it has to be one of them.
We actually met him there recently at Bellator. Lovely fella.
Yeah, he's a lovely fella. That's what I mean. I like him. I like his family, and I was missus now the whole lot. Like, so one of them. Have to be respectful. I'm like, you bastard. You know what I mean? Like,
who don't you know, Jono? Don't you know?
Oh, mate, listen, I know you now. I talk to fucking everyone. I just talk to everyone, mate. The thing is, it's like, I just
what's called?
I'm a person, you know what I mean? So,
Jono, just before we wrap things up, we want to put a predicament to you here, right? Obviously, Tyson Fury is fighting Deontay Wilder again for the third time, and Anthony Joshua is fighting against sorry, what's his name? Pulev. There you go. Sorry, I was thinking Ruiz. But like after those two fights,
good you remember because I didn't.
yeah, exactly. But after those two fights, the winner is obviously going to take on each other. Who do you think is going to win each fight, and then who do you think wins the final? If you know what I mean. If you could call these two,
mate, it's easy work for Tyson Fury.
Yeah,
and
that's what I'm
easy
thinking.
Work for AJ. You know what I mean? It's like easy money for both of them.
Yeah.
And then I believe Tyson Fury plays with AJ as well. I think AJ is a very good boxer, but he's just not. He's not to the standard that Tyson is. Tyson is just more like he's smarter. His little feints, he throws you off balance all the time. He never lets you sit. Joshua needs to have his feet kind of set to be anyway effective. You know what I mean? And throw big shots. And he's already been found out. You know, so Tyson Fury now has been able to set the blueprint to beat him. Yeah, so I just think Tyson Fury is a man on a mission right now. But please God, did you hear all this ridiculous stuff about there might be a ban on him?
The horse meat or something he was eating.
Yeah, some goat meat or something. I don't know what it was. Some shit. Another Canelo story.
Yeah. I don't think anyone looks at Tyson Fury and goes steroids. I think someone looks in and goes the chipper.
Yeah, 100%, mate. Like, there's no fucking chance in a million years that fellow's on steroids. And the last as well, like, look at every single one of his fights, man. He's like, if he's not fat, he's not even boxing good. He needs to be holding a bit fat on him to be effective. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and everyone knows when you take steroids, you just bulky. Like, you can eat loads and you just rip up the bits. You know what I mean? So shit. I know he eats loads, but he doesn't rip up. So I don't know.
In fairness, I haven't seen legs to that story, so I assume it's just going to go away. I assume it's just someone looking to get a few clicks.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
For sure. That's all they reckon is as well. I mean, I'd say it's just some bullshit. Like,
but
still, the mine as a boxer who's been clean his whole life, you know what I mean? Some asshole then.
Where do you think AJ versus Fury will go down? Do you think it will happen in England?
England for sure, or Saudi Arabia.
Yeah,
so much money. So much money, you know what I mean? It's like money talks in the boxing game. At the end of the day, as a boxer, we're all just trying to like secure our families. Now, them two have already done that, you know what I mean? But listen, if someone says, I'll give you 10 million to fight in England, I will give you Blade 30 million to fight in Saudi Arabia. I know where do I want to fight. You know what I mean? So
yeah, Stoke.
That was a good one. Fair play. You're gonna have to make sure you get on that card though.
Yeah.
I see you're good mates with Eddie Hearn now as well.
I don't know about that.
I think he likes you, man. I think he likes you.
I think he likes me now.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean.
Now, but it was like, but I know he didn't like me before. I'll tell you that much. He definitely didn't like me before. I got told ages and ages ago that I'd never be on TV again because of the tattoo that's on my back. So,
Chuck Carroll,
look at me now, motherfucker. It is what it is. But it's crazy. I got to now be on TV again, off school, and then.
But in fairness, the English people don't know what that means, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. That's the
thing. Exactly, and that's not even like half the reason why I got it. Like, there's a blatant long story to the reason why I got it too. You know what I mean? So, but the thing is, it means a lot more to me than what people kind of make it out to be. You know, it's not just blatant the saying that means to me. It means a lot to me. So for someone to tell me, and not being bad, but like an Englishman to tell me, oh, you're not being on telly again unless you get that tattoo. I'm like, who the fuck are you tell me what to do with my body? You know, that's just like, that's the way I was looking at it.
Yeah.
But I was like, get the fuck, like, no person. And my dad told me take the off back, but tell him to fuck off. You know what I mean? So, like, there's no chance in a million years I would let any man tell me what to do with my own body. I'm a grown-ass man. I'd rather walk away from the sport than to deal with someone else tells me to do. I mean, like, especially with my own body, like, because loads of people were like, mate, you're gonna take a lot of pay cuts there and this, that, and the other, and why don't you just get a bit of like makeup or something to remove it, and all this like fight, but keep it on, don't get a perm removed, all this. And like, I mean, this was debate going on for a long time, and my boxing trainer was like, at the time, was pressuring me into doing this because someone in Sky Sports told him that I wouldn't be on TV again.
What, brave man telling King Kong what to do?
Yeah, I laughed at him as well. And then he was like, I just get a bit of makeup and all. And I started getting annoyed at the trainer. And I was like, mate, fair enough, like, come to me and say it to me, but don't start trying to convince me. You know what I mean? Like, get the fuck.
At the end of the day, you have to be a man about your decision. Just like, this is what I have, and that's it. You can take it or leave it.
Yeah. Look at Mike Tyson with the face tattoo as well back in the day.
Yeah, he's a bleeding matic, but he's not right in the head. I got for very different reasons. No, I'd love it. That's one man I'd love to meet. Please,
right, we'll get him on the list for you, right?
Get him on the list for me. That'd be fucking amazing. Yeah. I'd love to meet him in person, though. I'd love to see.
Yeah, we'll try it. We'll try it.
Was he one of your idols coming into the game?
Yeah, for sure. You can see how I do a lot of that opposite hand, opposite foot, and I got that from him, just studying him, watch bits.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's a lot of people, because he does it so fast, can't even see what he's doing half the time. But I watched it over and over again, like hours of my life I've wasted watching Mike Tyson, just like hitting past.
Wasted, nothing wasted.
Zero.
No, definitely not wasted. Yeah, I agree with that. But hours and hours, and I teach people that now. All the time I'm teaching people. A lot of people still ask me, like, how do you do that, like, little side angle, little step? And I got that from Tyson, you know. So definitely someone I'd love to meet. And when I'm retired, I'd love to sit down and smoke a big fat blunt with him.
Jono, that's brilliant, man. Is there anyone you want to, before we wrap it up, is there anyone you want to, like, let us know to keep an eye out on for that's coming up through the ranks that someone may not hear of?
No, not really. But do you know what? One fella who would love to become a world champion, I think he's a very, very skilled, talented fighter, is Toka Khan. I got him over to spar me when I was fighting Farmer, and then I was over there, me and himself in the same room. We were sparring Farmer for Farmer's last fight. But he's a great fighter. So keep an eye on him. He's very talented, but he's almost like he's high risk and low reward. You know what I mean? So I don't know if he's going to get the opportunities, because I don't know if his team is that like good. They're going to be paying a lot out of, you know, to get him the shots, like, but it's gonna be. He's a very good fighter, so just keep an eye on him. He's a very, very talented fighter. But now, do you know what? Listen, there's so many people coming through, and the belts are all exchanging hands.
You just have to keep an eye on one man in this division, isn't that right, Jono?
Yeah, one man with the beard.
Jono, man.
No worries, Jono. Thanks a million for coming on.
It's been brilliant to have you on, man.
My pleasure,
and all the best, and stay safe, okay? And as always, stay energized.